And you, Brutus, yeah, MAGA Mike Johnson, you just got stabbed in the back by Elon Musk, who you thought was your friend. My friend Elon Musk. We partied together at the UFC fights. Elon Musk doesn't like you. Elon Musk isn't returning your phone calls anymore. Elon Musk says that he's going to run primary challenges against any MAGA Republican Congress member who votes for the disastrous budget bill. Elon Musk says that the budget bill, MAGA Mike, is a total abomination and that it needs to be killed immediately. Elon Musk keeps posting, kill the bill. But I thought, MAGA Mike Johnson, you said that Elon Musk had the genius algorithms and the AI, and it figured out ways to make this bill so big and beautiful. What happened? He hates the bill, MAGA Mike Johnson. Yep. So MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, he thought he was close to the end zone. He thought he was going to deliver the touchdown for Donald Trump, a disastrous budget bill, which I refer to as the murder bill, which would literally kill tens of millions of Americans, take 11 million Americans or so off of healthcare, give the billionaires trillions of dollars in tax cuts, steal food from the mouths of low-income people, get rid of supplemental nutrition assistance programs, buy food stamps, make more people unhoused by removing rental assistance and Section 8 housing, taking away women's reproductive rights, all the things that the MAGA Republicans love in their death cult and all of the suffering. But you see, for Elon Musk, the problem is because of the increase in the deficit, Elon Musk, I think, actually wants more cruelty in this budget bill, and you ain't giving it to Elon Musk, MAGA Mike Johnson. So Elon Musk came out strong against the budget bill. He's saying, kill the bill. Elon Musk has been posting all of the comment sections from Fox with people saying that they feel betrayed by MAGA Mike Johnson and Donald Trump about how abysmal this budget bill is. And Mike Johnson says that Elon Musk is ghosting him. Elon Musk won't return his call. Watch MAGA Mike Johnson's disastrous press conference. Let's play this clip.
You mentioned that you talked to Elon on Monday. He made this 180. What do you think changed? Why do you think he's coming out against this now? And have you spoken to the president and Elon since the infamous tweet?
Well, I'll tell you, I called Elon last night and he didn't answer, but I hope to talk to him today. I mean, it's not, it's very friendly and we've laughed about our differences on policy before. I'm not upset about this. And I just, I think he understands and he's acknowledged to me before, that this is so serious that we can't fool around with it. I mean, the debt cliff is approaching very quickly, right? All the things that are in this bill are so important for the U.S. economy. It's going to be jet fuel for the U.S. economy. All boats are going to rise. And the sooner we do that, the better. And the risk of not getting it done is enormous, not just for the Republican Party, but for the country. We got to do this. We're going to have the largest tax increase in U.S. history at the end of the year if we fail, and all the other calamities that we've talked about. So we've got to get it done. And I think Elon understands the weight of that, and I hope he comes around. I'd love to talk to him this week and hope he calls him back today.
And then MAGA Mike Johnson says that he thinks that Elon Musk is just flat wrong. Here, play this clip.
And then yesterday, 24 hours later, he does a 180 and he comes out and opposes the bill. And it surprised me, frankly. And I don't take it personal. We don't take it personal. Policy differences are not personal. I think he's flat wrong. I think he's way off on this, and I've told him as much, and I've said it publicly and privately. I'm very consistent in that. But am I concerned about the effect of this on the midterms? I'm not. Let me tell you why. Because when the big, beautiful bill is done and signed into law, every single American is going to do better. This bill is geared for middle and working class Americans, and they are going to feel the effects of it, and they're going to feel it before the midterm elections. So I have no concern whatsoever. I'm absolutely convinced that we're going to win the midterms and grow the House majority because we're delivering for the American people and fulfilling our campaign promises, and we'll see how that happens.
MAGA Mike Johnson also says that he speaks to Donald Trump multiple times a day. He used to speak to Elon Musk multiple times a day, and he goes, Donald Trump is not delighted. Donald Trump's been hiding since last Friday, where he went to the U.S. Steel factory in Pittsburgh and lied to the steel workers that Nippon Steel was not acquiring them when they clearly were. But here's the MAGA Mike Johnson thing. I talked to Donald Trump multiple times a day. Here, play this clip.
Calls him back today. I talked to President Trump, all the time, multiple times a day. Obviously, we've talked about this. As you know, he's not delighted that Elon did a 180 on that. But look, I don't know what happened in 24 hours. Everybody can draw their own conclusions about that, okay? But I look forward to talking to my friend about it again, and I'm not upset about it, all right? Yeah. Olivia.
And you, Brutus? And you, Brutus, too? Even Steve Bannon has come out against this budget bill. And Steve Bannon says, look, if you want to reduce the debt significantly, you got to tax the rich. You got to tax the wealthy. And I can't believe, am I really saying this? That I agree with Steve Bannon here, that you do need to tax the rich? Even a broken clock is right twice. Here, play this clip.
Want to stop the dead bomb, Elon, and the guys on Capitol Hill? You're going to have to raise taxes. The wealthy can't get an extension of the tax cut. That's got to go to the middle class and the working class. That has to be extended and it has to be made permanent. At 40%, the top bracket of 40%, you pick them. That's got to go to 39, go back to 30, snap back to 39.5% and go to 40%. The math simply doesn't work.
Here's MAGA Republican Senator Rand Paul. Here's what he's got to say. Play this clip.
President Trump chided Kentucky Republican Rand Paul today for opposing the bill.
Senator, he says that you don't understand the bill and that you love to vote no.
Well, I would say that's not actually true. I would say that I've been pretty consistent in my time in the Senate at being opposed to deficit spending.
Here's what MAGA Republican Congress member Ralph Norman has to say. Play this clip.
Putting GOP supporters on the defensive.
He says you're basically saddling this country with unsustainable debt.
Well, he's right. The debt is unsustainable.
After the House.
Summer is here and so are the mosquitoes. I don't know about you, but there's nothing worse than finally lying down for the night only to hear that high-pitched buzz near your ear, or waking up with bites and no clue where the little culprit went. And if you've got kids or pets, forget about it. You're on constant mosquito patrol. In a world where AI drives cars and automates homes, we still struggle to track down a single mosquito. That changes right now with Bzigo Iris, the first AI-powered mosquito detector revolutionizing pest control. Bzigo Iris is a cutting-edge device that uses computer vision and AI to detect, track, and pinpoint mosquitoes in real time. No more swatting at thin air, just precision targeting. It scans 24/7, works in total darkness, and even sends alerts straight to your phone. It's chemical-free, eco-friendly, and perfect for travel too. Pair it with the Bzigo Swatter and you're covered day or night. Stop losing sleep over mosquitoes. Take back your nights with Bzigo. Go to bzigo.com/discount/Meidas and save 10% off. That's bzigo.com/discount/Meidas, MEIDAS, and use that code Meidas to get 10% off. And now, as part of the June and summer sale, you'll also get 30% off your second iris. Say goodbye to itchy bites and sleepless nights. Thank you, Bzigo, for sponsoring this episode.
And here's MAGA Republican Senator from Louisiana, John Kennedy, who has a fake voice that he does. He's like, well, let me tell you. And it's not actually, if you go back and watch this guy speak before, he's like made up a fake voice. It's so weird. Here, play this clip.
He's frustrated. I think he believes, in my judgment correctly, that we're quickly becoming debt slaves, that Congress needs to relearn the magical healing power of no, and I agree with him. Having said that, I'm not ready to throw in the towel on this bill.
And guess what, everybody? MAGA Republican James Comr. I'm James Comr. James Comer's very upset about this. It wasn't helpful what Elon Musk did. I'm James Comr. Here, play this clip.
I want to support President Trump and his agenda. The big, beautiful bill is that. So it's disappointing that Elon Musk said what he said. It wasn't helpful, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to sway very much influence. We're focused on passing President Trump's agenda, and I'm confident there are enough senators that will pass that bill out of the Senate, and hopefully we can agree to the changes that they make in the Senate and get President Trump his first major legislative victory of his second term.
All right, Mr. Chair.
Take a look at this great line of questioning by Democratic Congressmember Garcia of MAGA Republican Congressmember Turner. Play this clip.
Mr. Turner, you're one of our witnesses today, an expert on economics and a bunch of other things.
Not economics.
Mr. Turner, you were invited to testify as an expert on government spending. This is your post. Is this correct? Did you post this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you called Social Security a Ponzi scheme.
100%.
Which we know Elon Musk has also done. I'm glad you admitted it. Social Security is a government-sponsored Ponzi scheme, as you said. Now,
what about the second part, though, sir? I should be able to keep 100% of my
you can read the whole
money
thing. It's
and
right
not
up here.
watch government waste it,
you, sir.
giving
This is my
$9
time,
billion.
sir. Thank you, sir. My
giving
time.
$9 billion
Sir,
to climate
my
groups.
time, Madam Chairwoman. Thank you. Thank you, sir. A Ponzi scheme. And so I think it's interesting, of course, that as one of our Republican witnesses is calling Social Security a Ponzi scheme, and that's a person that we should be taking advice from here today. Without Social Security, 22 million people would be pushed into poverty. That includes over 16 million seniors and nearly 1 million children. And in fact, Elon Musk has also said, and agreed with you, sir, that this is a Ponzi scheme. I think it's ironic that you are one of our witnesses talking about efficiency when you want to attack the single best program that we have to support people, not just out of poverty, but across this country to uplift them, to ensure they can afford a decent life. We on this committee need to work every single day, not just to protect Social Security, but to hold Republicans accountable for attacking Medicare, Medicaid, for attacking Social Security and the programs that we all depend on. With that, I yield back. Thank you.
And Jessica Tarlov's getting in on the action. She goes, pro-democracy hero over at Fox. She goes, Steve Bannon, a huge supporter of Donald Trump, feels the same way as Musk. Play this clip.
That's what matters. And Steve Bannon, a huge supporter of President Trump, feels the same as Elon Musk does about it. He says you're going to have to raise taxes. And the Republicans have a new talking point. Mike Johnson was doing this on the Sunday shows. Lutnick's tried it. Besson's tried, where they say, oh, the CBO, it's a Democratic organization. It's run by a Bush appointee who's only ever donated once to a candidate, and it was a Republican in 2014. But the CBO was fine in 2018 and 2019 when their projections were 99.5% accurate, grading Trump's bill. But because it's...
But Jessica, let's just be honest. I worked on Capitol Hill starting in 1996. You can do the math. Okay. Ever since then, anybody who is president and doesn't have they hate the CBO. And Biden, they hated the CBO
but
then.
But the point is that it's accurate, and they're saying that it's a lie.
I actually don't think that it's correct to say that it's accurate. I think that it is complicated and complex and difficult, and you can argue it in all these different ways. You can get different people to use different numbers. But the Biden people hated CBO, and now the Trump people hate CBO. It's like it always.
So now with MAGA Mike Johnson and Donald Trump's feelings all hurt, you know they got to come up with their distraction, right? They got to come up with their distraction. So here you have Dan Bongino going on Fox, and rather than them devoting the time to talking about Elon Musk trying to tank this disastrous budget bill, what do they spend their time on? Dan Bongino says, damn right we're focusing on the COVID origins. Damn right, that's what we're focused on. Here, play this clip.
Let me ask you about, and again, a lightning round. Let's go quickly. COVID origins. Are we going to find out information that the government lied to us?
You're damn right you are. We're all over that. The minute I got in there in that job, I said, hey,
they
get everybody
purposely
in here.
lied to the American people. They purposely lied to us.
Yeah, listen, that's the one I'm the most optimistic about. I was pretty clear on my social media account that I ordered that case immediately to be looked into again. We have a great investigator on it, and I think we should see action on that one shortly.
Then you had MAGA Republican Congress member Crane, and he was all upset. He's like, why didn't Elon Musk come out earlier? We would have wished that he would have told us he didn't like this bill any earlier. Here, play this clip.
Why wasn't he talking about this before the bill, right? And that's what frustrates me. Hey, if you're going to be in this fight when we need you, because we needed him.
Musk waited.
And finally, here we have Jessica Tarlov saying, we've got the Congressional Budget Office scoring. Came out. We know what's going to be added to the deficit here. We're talking about at least $2.4 trillion added to the deficit. We're talking about 16 million Medicaid cuts. We're talking about Obamacare credit tax cuts. We're talking about Medicare on the chopping blocks, Medicaid and Medicare. Watch this clip.
Not a ton, but I know that I have to some degree. I mean, I'm a pretty happy Democrat.
You are, but that's because you're around us.
That's right.
Oh, it's my conservative lift that I get every day
Yes,
from 5
it
to
is.
6 p.m.
We keep you
Glass half
real.
full.
We keep you real. You don't drift off into some far left loony bin.
I mean, sometimes, but no one is in love with Elon Musk. Like, politics is a game. And J.D. Vance didn't like Donald Trump a whole lot, right? Said America's Hitler. Now he's the vice president. Marco Rubio has all the other jobs in the government, and he hated Donald Trump. Ted Cruz has forgiven him for saying that his wife is super ugly and saying that his dad was a murderer, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I say that about Ted Cruz? Anyway,
He was only half right.
where it's
But you're saying
so
Trump
for this
is forgiven.
in this particular moment, we have something in common with Elon Musk. We should definitely leverage it. That's what's important. But I do think that Republicans, including my dear colleagues here at the table, would prefer that we were talking about Elon Musk versus the brass tacks of the bill itself. So the final CBO scoring came out today.
Oh boy.
2.4 trillion. Yeah, oh boy. 2.4 trillion to the deficit, 3.7 trillion in tax cuts, 16 million all in total between Medicaid cuts and Obamacare credit tax cuts going off their health insurance. That's what matters. And Steve.
So, MAGA Mike Johnson. I'm sorry, MAGA Mike. I'm sorry, MAGA Mike. But what a disastrous bill this is, in all honesty, right? This bill is actually an abomination. Not for the reasons that Elon Musk doesn't like it, although I think that we should rein in the deficit. But to me, it's easy. You know how you rein in the deficit? You tax the billionaires more. You do. First off, they should be paying, at the very least, the same percentage of their income as everybody else. They shouldn't be paying less, but I think they should be taxed at a higher rate. I think after X millions of dollars, then hundreds of millions of dollars, then billions of dollars. Yeah, I think you get taxed more. I think you get, look, Ro Khanna, Democratic Congress member from Silicon Valley. He represents Silicon Valley. Way more billionaires in his district than everywhere. He says, tax the rich, tax my constituents more. They won't feel it. Tax them more. And if they do feel it, if they're too greedy, whatever, then go to another country. You want to live in the United States. You get all of these incredible benefits. And you think you want tax cuts so you can buy 5 extra private jets instead of 1 extra private jets? Nah, F that. Tax the rich, give people free health care, give people free education. That's a right, in my view. Health care, education, treat people with dignity and equality. People shouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. It's ridiculous. People should have affordable housing. That's what we should be focused on, not disastrous budget bills that rip apart government services and take money and take lunch out of the mouths of children. We hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
New Meidas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.MeidasTouch.com.